guess freaking what? The movers are coming. I just in the attic, is in the shed outside, and I went to Afghanistan. Deployment was, I would say, the worst deployment I've ever been on. That was my third deployment, right? Bro, when I tell you I was like, OMG, y'all, the freaking movers are here. Hey y'all, good morning. Welcome back to another vlog. My name is Amelia Danielle. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and rocking with me. As always, like I say on every video, your support means so much, right? I am here at Starbucks in Cameron, North Carolina. The time is currently 08 on the dot, y'all. And I'm about to get my caramel iced latte size venti with coconut milk, brown sugar cold foam, and caramel drizzle with a extra side cup of venti ice. Starbucks ice is the best ice, and Sonic and Circle K. They have the crunchy chewy ice. But guess what, y'all? So I don't know like if I'm gonna make this like a series. I feel like based off of how I suck so bad at editing. So the lighting, like the sun is just beaming, right? So I apologize, but I want to make sure I, get this vlog started so I can edit and do what I got to do, right? So I am here at Starbucks. I have to be back at my house at 8:30. I just dropped Phoenix off at school a little early, so I took him to before care, and I turns and I looks, and he forgot his freaking water. Now, Phoenix, if he does not drink a certain amount of water throughout the day, he'll get like a headache or whatever. So I'm gonna just say dehydration, because at the end of the day, the only thing we really let him drink is water. We don't really do juice. We don't do sodas. He be trying to sneak and ask for ginger ale and stuff like that, because we do drink ginger ale based off of having acid reflux. But for the most part, water only. So dropped him off. I got to be back at my house at 8:30, because guess freaking what? The movers are coming. I cannot believe household goods is coming today, and I have no clue what to expect, what to do, what to prepare for. When I tell you, we done already threw away so many things. I would say for the most part, are minimalist, but there are certain things that we were cleaning out and doing, and we were just like, why do we still have this? Like, I'm confused, right? And since I have not PCS'd in 8 freaking years, I have no clue what to expect, no clue what to think, no clue what to do. I don't know if I'm supposed to stay in there. I don't know what I'm supposed to put to the side, because I haven't PCS'd in so long. I don't have any gear out. No TA50, no nothing. It's just in the attic, it's in the shed outside, and I just don't know what to pack, I don't know. So like when I go on the scene website to make an appointment, I'm gonna just be like, listen, I don't have anything to turn in. Like, I'm gonna have to do a memo, because I ain't PCS in 8 years. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to expect. So that's where that is gonna be. I hope I can do like a memo or whatever the case may be. But listen, I have to go all the way freaking back, y'all, and tell y'all the story based off of me getting ready to PCS, right? So if y'all do not know, I have been in one moment, y'all. Caramel ice latte size venti, please.
Yeah, venti ice caramel latte.
Yes,
with
coconut milk,
with some coconut milk,
brown sugar cold foam, and caramel drizzle.
And caramel drizzle on top.
Yes, ma'am. And then can I have a venti size cup of ice?
And a venti ice
cup
of ice.
Yes, that's gonna be it.
Brown sugar, caramel. Am I missing anything else in that drink today? Coconut milk.
Coconut milk, yep.
Okay,
that's gonna be it. Thank
Wonderful.
you.
It's gonna be, of course, it's gonna be 8:35. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, y'all, since I am sitting in the Starbucks drive-thru getting ready to pay, I figure I'll just catch y'all up on this whole PCS situation, right? So we were stationed at Fort Huachuca, Arizona in 2015. From 2015 to about June 2018, I signed up and put in a packet to go to SFAB. My commander and first sergeant were so supportive. They just pretty much signed off on whatever paperwork I had to do for the assessment and selection process to go to SFAB. And we PCS'd around June timeframe 2018. 2018, I went to like some type of Fort Benning training. I did have to do the selection and assessment process because at the time I was an E6, right? So went through the process, went to Fort Benning to do some training. After Fort Benning, we deployed. I deployed at Vaughn in February of 2019, came back, went to Afghanistan. Deployment was, I would say, the worst deployment I've ever been on. That was my third deployment, right? Came back December of 2019, right before Christmas, and I remember clear as day only because I had just started my lot journey, and it was like 2 days before Christmas, and so I was thankful that we came back and I made it back because everyone did not return home from that deployment. But listen, came back, started my lot journey. It was Christmas. My husband ended up moving him, Phoenix, and Jaden into our new home in November of 2019. So November they moved into the new house. I then came home and redeployed December of 2019. COVID hit, everything was like shut down pretty much. I was still going back and forth to work for SFAB, but I ended up going to BSEP twice, y'all. I went to BSEP twice because I was determined to get that 110. The first time I went to BSEP, I got a 109. I was so disappointed, upset with myself, and because I was still answering the phone. I was still going in. Sometimes I would, do update slides, go to meetings or whatever the case may be. And I don't know why, but I couldn't focus. Well, I knew it was because I was more so concerned about like work, but I felt like since I was a little mature and older and I was implementing some good or incorporating some good studying habits, I was going to be okay. Tested out, got a 109. When I tell you pissed, but with the support of SFAB, because SFAB was like my family. Like, we all looked out for each other in a sense of like communicating. Hey, if you can't make it to this meeting, I will. Hey, if you got an appointment, I'll let them know, blah blah blah. It was just a very tight-knit organization, family organization. I will always love everything about SFAB in regards to being in that unit. So I was like, you know what? This is my fault. I have to take some accountability. What I am going to do is put in leave for 30 days, which I did. Went back to BSEP and I got a 127. I was just like, why I didn't do this the first time? I had my phone on D&D. I had it turned off. I didn't get on social media. And boom, walked out of there with that high GT score, submitted my packet. I didn't submit my packet right away. I went through my packet for a whole good year, talked to my mentor, Chief Jackson, Mr. Roberts. I just had so many people in my corner, my husband, my kids. I just had a lot of support. Now, it took me a year to get my packet together because I wanted to make sure my packet was perfect. My PT score, I had a 592 at the time. I had a college degree. I had everything that I needed. I had PBO, NCO time, S4 time, brigade level. I just felt like if I don't get selected, something ain't right. So put in my packet, got selected. I was in a driver's class or whatever class I was in that class, and I got an email random through Outlook because I still was taking my laptop to the class so I could check emails and do whatever, right? And I opened the email and like all of this confetti started falling. I'm like, what the hell is this? You have been selected. Da da da. I said, bitch, selected? And when I read the entire email, I said, oh my gosh, like I cannot believe I just got selected to be a warrant, to go to WAPS. When I tell you that was the happiest day and moment of my life outside of having my 2 kids and being married, that was unspeakable, like lost for words. I didn't know. I just sat there. And then I just was in disbelief because I'm just like, man, something ain't right. Why are they emailing me telling me congratulations? Like, is this how it's supposed to work? Like, I had no clue. Like, no one told me like, oh yeah, when the board results come. Because what happened is I got the email and the board results did not come out until the very next day. So I felt like I told like maybe 2 or 3 people. My husband, of course. I think I told like my mom or somebody, and I told Mr. Roberts because again, he was my mentor. He was like, yeah, like that's what happens. Cause again, this is my first time, didn't know. The process is completely different now, I believe. So anyway, the board results came out and it said Sergeant First Class qualified select. Bro, when I tell you I was like, I was just ecstatic, y'all. And I had to sit in that moment for a while. I think I sat in that moment for like a good 10 minutes, and I just sat there. Anyway, got selected. I didn't get to go to Watts until a year later, only because it was during COVID. The class dates and everything were backed up based off of wearing masks and being quarantined and all of that good stuff, right? So I went to Watts in August of 2022, and I graduated October 2022, the 11th, I believe it was. And I was like a holdover for like a week because I failed land nav the first go. So I had to go do re-land nav. I had to go redo land nav. But since I was a holdover, I had to get inserted into another class. Like, it is what it is. Like, I didn't feel no type of way. What made me feel some type of way is when I was at Watts, I pretty much recorded a video and uploaded a video of like, hey, this is what happens when you fail Watts. And when I did that video, the commander at the time called me. Well, he didn't call me personally. Somebody else texted me and was like, hey, we need to see you ASAP, candidate. So went over there. They were talking about dropping me. When I tell you I was crying, boo-hoo, baby crying. Like, I said, the fact that I love creating content, like, my intentions have never been, I feel like, of ill will or malicious or, you know, wrongful doing or whatever words you want to define in regards to how I create content, because I'm doing it to inspire, motivate, and let people know like what I go through. So if you are about to go through the same thing, you can pretty much have a better understanding on it, right? So anyway, I pretty much I didn't beg, but I was damn near in tears. So at that point, who would not feel bad for seeing me boohoo cry like a dang on baby, right? So they let me, you know, have another shot at it. All right, so then they gave me another chance. I didn't delete the video, but I made it private. So that video is still there today as we speak. I just made it private so no one could view it, because I just didn't want to graduate and then make it public again after they have allowed me to have another chance at going through Watts, because that was very near and dear to me. That was something that I have been wanting to achieve ever since I have learned about being a warrant officer. And I learned about being a warrant officer as a specialist. And so boom, graduated, went to Wobic in January of 20.
Here's the ice latte.
Thank you.
And then the venti cup of ice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I have a straw, please? Thank you so much.
Of course,
all right, have a good you too. So then I went to Wobic in January of 2023. Graduated, 2023? Yes. Graduated Wobic in March 2023. Arrived back at my unit at Bragg March 2023. Went to my unit after our process. I did a interpost transfer pretty much, right? So before, like, the whole time I was waiting to go to Watts, I was in 18th FA off of Ardennes and Gruber. And everybody pretty much know 18th FA is 18th Field Artillery. No complaints about the unit. I was the S4 NCOIC at the brigade. So that was that. Went to Watts, graduated, did an interpost transfer. Then I went to 3 CSC, which is the Command Sustainment, Core Sustainment Command. And I've been there ever since. And the fact that, let me just let these windows up. The fact that it is now 2026, y'all, I don't know where the time went. No freaking clue. All I know is I PCS from Fort Huachuca in 2018 to go to SVAB, and now I am PCSing again 8 freaking years later. I've been at Fort Bragg, home of the 82nd Airborne Division. Now, some things that I have accomplished while being at Fort Bragg for the 8 years that I have been there is Watts, for one. Well, going to SVAB, right? So going to SVAB, I was a staff sergeant. I made Sergeant First Class. Just by going to SLC, I did not have to wait on my OML. Once you graduate SLC or PME, you can automatically pin Sergeant First Class that following 1st of the month. And so I promoted ahead of my peers because I decided to go to SFAB. That was an incentive, right? So the things that I have accomplished while being at Fort Bragg for those 8 years is making the rank of Sergeant First Class, completing SLC, putting in my warrant packet, being selected to go to WALTS, completing that, completing WOBIC, and penning CW2. I went to the GCSS Middle Managers course at Fort Lee. I also went to the USR course at Fort Bragg, and I also went to Airborne School at Fort Benning. Oof! Yeah, when I say that is a lot to say and remember, I feel like there are so many more things I could have accomplished while being at Fort Bragg for 8 years, because I wanted to go to air assault school. You know, something came back with my physical in regards to like my hemoglobin. I couldn't go because whatever, there was a class I wanted to go to. I think the joint logistics course, my battalion SO was like, no, because you got change commands, blah, 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 blah. You have this, you have that. And I was like, whatever. So some of the things that I wanted to complete while being at Fort Bragg, I just was not able to do. But some of the things that I really appreciate and I am grateful for is my family, right? I have been here close to my family, my mom, my dad. Granted, I lost my uncle, I lost my grandma during this time, but I have been able to see my friends, my family. I was able to be home for Jaden's high school graduation. I was able to help him with his first year of moving into the dorms for college. He just, you know, finished his freshman year. There are so many things that has happened based off of being at Fort Bragg for the 8 years that I have been here. No complaints about Fort Bragg. Is it congested? Absolutely. Absolutely. The up tempo is extremely high. Are there things that you can achieve and accomplish at Fort Bragg? Absolutely. You make every duty station, regardless of where you are, regardless of the location, what you make it. You cannot, I don't think anyone should be to blame or at fault for what you are going through, whether, you know, it's the bad leadership. Like leadership, I don't want to say leadership is bad or toxic. I feel like there are certain things that you should be accountable for and hold yourself accountable for, and we just don't. And so instead of doing that, we find and blame someone else, right? In regards to my battalion SO telling me I can't go to the joint logistics class, I'm not going to fault her. I'm not going to blame her. At the end of the day, if I would have trained somebody or communicated with the S4 in a sense of like, hey, I'm going to this class, these are the things that has to get done, these are the things that need to be done, these are the slides that need to be updated, I probably would have been able to go to a certain class that I wanted to go to. But since I did not do that, like, I can't be mad at her because she's like, well, you have 2 change commands back to back, you just can't go. The answer is no. And I was just like, was I mad? Temporarily, yes. But when I thought about it, I was like, well, shit, if I would have just trained somebody, or if me and the S4, and the thing with the S4 is every OIC never ever have a focus on PSDs, lateral transfers, change commands, shortages. It's so many things. USR, it's so many things that I feel like the S4 OIC should be involved in, but they come in and they feel like the priorities is GPC and DTS, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. So at the end of the day, I feel like based off duty locations and leadership, we have a huge role to play in our success, our happiness, our, you know, achievements, accomplishments, and all of that good stuff. So I would say every duty station is what you make it. I don't have any complaints about Fort Bragg at all. Will I miss this place? Absolutely. Would I want to stay here? Absolutely not. I am ready to go. Again, Fort Bragg has treated me well, right? But listen, y'all, when I say I don't know what to do in regards to moving, I just don't have a clue. I don't know. Now, me and my husband, Jay Phoenix, we have all of our bags packed based off of what we want to, you know, keep, because we will be in a hotel for like a month and a week, 2 weeks. So we do have clothes sat to the side. I have a uniform in the back that I just picked up from the cleaners yesterday. I also have another uniform that I have to get from the cleaners. I think she said Thursday or Friday. I also have my pink and greens that I have to pick up because I'm going to the ball. My last ball with the brigade while being at Fort Bragg is June 4th. And I have some things that I have set to the side for my Jamaica trip coming up in June. I am leaving to go to Jamaica. And I just don't know what else to do or to expect based off of household goods coming. Like, I'm just, I'm just like, what? And I know y'all gonna probably be like, well, Chief, you act like you ain't never PCS before. I have, but again, it's been 8 freaking years. 8 freaking years. Like, I don't even know where the time went from when Jaden started 6th grade when we got here, which was his first year of middle school, till now he's in freaking college. Like, bro, like, okay, anyway, don't know what to expect. I'm not going to say I'm going to record them being there, but what I will say is, since this is a newly updated video, because it is 2026, based off of the move and household goods, I will keep y'all posted and let y'all know what to expect. I am so unprepared. So unprepared. All I have is, like I said, my 2 uniforms with my boots, my patches, all that good stuff, dog tags, stuff for work, my laptop. I got 2 suitcases. Jaden had, like, I have the necessities that's going to get me through PCS and to my next duty station. Clothes wise, I got workout clothes. That's it. The only thing I packed was workout clothes. I got brand new jeans, brand new shirt, like things that I just could not think about if I should or should not pack, because I don't want to be carrying all of this stuff around. So I feel like if I really truly need it, then I'll just order it. I'll go to the store, buy, get it real quick off Amazon. I don't know. But based off of PCS and household goods and transportation coming, I'll keep y'all updated. I don't know if this is going to be a part 1, part 2, part 3. I feel like I just want to close it out so I can pretty much move on to the next vlog, because I'm pretty bad with editing, y'all. And we do have plans to go to Asheville, North Carolina this weekend for the 4 days. So happy Memorial Day. We are also getting $60K back for the equity that we put in our home. So based off of how much we owe and how much we listed our house for, we could have gotten way more. I say we could have got $80K. But based off of inflation and people just not being able to afford a certain amount on purchasing a home, we are getting back $60K. And I feel like that's better than not getting nothing back at all, because some people don't get nothing. Like, they just break even, or they don't have enough equity built into their home. And so we are getting $60K back because we purchased this house in 2019 and we are now moving. It's 2026. And so yeah, that no regrets about buying a home. When we get to our next duty station, I'm going to be very cautious with purchasing a home again, because there's a lot of things that come into it. We had to get the septic tank clean. That was like $600-700. Something happened with the AC unit. That was like $300. Keeping the grass and, like the lawn maintenance and stuff every week, during the summer, during the winter time. Like getting the bulbs and stuff replaced throughout your house, getting filters and stuff changed throughout your house. It's just not easy. And this is our second home. We still have our house in Arizona. The only thing that we really have had to do and maintain with our home in Arizona is replace the refrigerator, like $800, or the stove, I think, was like $800. And then we have to get the house repainted, because the house that we purchased in Arizona, we purchased that house in 2016. It is 2026. It has been a decade. And the weather in Arizona is extremely hot, dry heat. So the realtor reached out and was like, hey, you guys need to get your house repainted ASAP. And I was like, cool, how much? $3K. I was like, oh, that's easy. Here you go. Right? I do want to get the walls and stuff repainted. I do want to get like the carpet pulled up and stuff like that, but I don't know how that's going to work, because we have people that have been living in the home since we left, since 2018. I don't think they're the same people, because the realtor has hit me up at least 3 times throughout the 8 years that we have not been there, pretty much saying, hey, you have a new tenant, we're going to do a background. Like 3 times, that's it. So we haven't had that many people move in or out. And the home has been very well managed by our realtor. No major issues. Like I said, the paint $3,000 and the refrigerator or the stove being replaced $800. And so it's not that bad. But would I purchase another home right away? I don't think so. I'm not in a rush to do it. This home and selling it was not bad. Our house had like 3 offers on it before it even went live. And then once it went live, we started having showings daily. Every single day we had to leave the house for like 2 or 3 hours, because there were different agents showing the home. And I kind of got tired of that, but I was just like, I can't complain, because at the end of the day, I want the house to sell. I don't want to still be responsible for a mortgage, and then we PCS, I have to pay rent somewhere else, and I'm still maintaining a mortgage in Arizona. Like, granted, we do get the money back for the home in Arizona, but I just didn't want to be bothered with it. So if you are selling your house wherever you are at, show your house as much as you can. Try to be patient. Try to schedule, having your house being shown during the times where you are at work. And if the weekends are suitable for you, then do that. You're just going to have to leave and find something to do. And there are a lot of free things around the neighborhood that you can do, because for us, we was going to the trail, we was going to Raleigh or Durham to like shop. But even when we went to go shop, it's not like we went to buy something every time we went to go shop. Like, do what you can do based off of your means and your financial situation. I'm extremely blessed and grateful that I have my husband here with me. He just got 100%. Y'all, look, the freaking movers are freaking here. OM to the freaking G, y'all. Look, I cannot believe the movers are here. Like, where am I going to park? On the side of the road, I guess I can say. Oh my gosh, y'all. Hey y'all, what's up? Good afternoon. I was going to say evening, but the time is currently 15:55. That's 3:55 p.m. The actual Packers are gone already, because there was like 2 vehicles outside that they rode in separately, and then the truck is still outside. So for the most part, they finished packing everything. The only thing that they have to get tomorrow is like all of the boxes, and then break down the beds. So they left me and my husband's bed up. They left Jaden's bed up. So the only thing that they have to do tomorrow is take down me and my husband's bed, king size, Jaden's queen size bed. Venus' bed is already disassembled and it's on the floor on mattresses. And so depending on what Phoenix wants to do, he can come get in the bed with us, but we don't like him getting in the bed with us. Or either he can stay in his room and sleep on the mattresses, or either sleep in the bed with Jaden tonight. His last day of school is actually on Friday, but I don't like Phoenix being restless in school. And since it is going to be his last day, I don't want the teacher to have too many problems, because I want him to stay at school, because they're having like an ice cream party. They're doing like all of these activities on the last day of school. And so depending on what he wants to do, I'm gonna probably just let him get a full night's rest regardless, right? And today went pretty smooth. No issues. My problem is that I clean. And I feel like I'm not the only person that does this. So if you are watching this video and you have moved recently, or if you are in the military and you have PCS'd and the movers have came, do you clean as they're packing? I was sweeping, I was wiping down the kitchen counters, the cabinets. I do have someone coming in to clean next week. It's Miss Marie, Miss Marie. She has been cleaning this house for like 2-3 years. And so I hit her up and said, hey, can you come do a full house service clean? And she said, absolutely. So she will be here next week. But I was still wiping down the counters. I was sweeping. I was vacuuming, y'all. And I'm just like, bro, I don't know if I have a problem. But then I thought about it. And I said, I know I'm not the only person that does this. Like, and two, being that we are like minimalists, we don't have that much stuff. And so they started at they got here at 8:15, pretty much had a conversation with me and didn't start like packing once they brought all of the boxes in, moved everything until I would say 9. So from 9 to 15:30, because me and the truck driver had been talking for like 20 minutes, they pretty much were packing and everything from 9 to 1500. And so I felt like that was really good. We don't have that much stuff. And when we get to where we are going, I'm more than likely going to get rid of more things, because I just don't like over cluttered stuff. Like even in regards to like purses, I have so many purses that I don't even use. And so I think I'm just going to start buying me like purses that have really good quality, good material, and just use those bags over and over, because continuously buying things and accumulating things, it just starts to be too much and your house starts looking, cluttered, and I just don't like it. And another thing that they did leave was the washer and dryer. So I'm gonna finish washing some clothes tonight. And I think that's pretty much it. Jaden went to play basketball and he went to go do some other things. And tomorrow, Phoenix has an award ceremony at 10:30. So I'm gonna ask Jaden to stay here while I run to go to Phoenix award ceremony, and then I'm gonna come back home. And if Jaden has whatever he needs to do, then cool. And Phoenix also has a dentist appointment at 2:30, which I'm gonna probably have Jaden take Phoenix to that, because I don't want to, ask Jaden to do too much as far as like the moving, because I have to sign off on paperwork. But this is pretty much it for today. They got here at 8:15. They started packing around 9. They finished up at like 1500. I talked to the truck driver for like 20-30 minutes, and now it's like 15:55 going on 1600. So today went really smooth, really fast, really quick. There's not that much we have to throw away, but my husband said if it was, then we would pretty much go get a U-Haul van and put it in a U-Haul van and just take it to the dump and throw it out. But I'm gonna just do like a little walkthrough of the house and pretty much show y'all how some of the rooms look. This is our like spare bedroom where I had like my vanity, my purses, my perfume and everything over here. This is Phoenix's room. They disassembled his bed. His sheets and stuff are still on the bed. This was where the overhead projector was. This is Phoenix's closet. That Red Bull bottle is not ours. I'm pretty sure it's the movers, and so that has to get thrown away, which I'll take care of it, no issues. I have Phoenix TV and PlayStation here. They're going to pack the TV tomorrow, but Phoenix is going to probably, I know, more than likely play the PlayStation tonight. And so this is our bedroom and some of the things that they packed up. The bathroom is completely, well, not completely empty, but like the trash can and towel warmer is here. Like some of the things that came off the wall are still intact, which I don't think they can take those down, but there's pretty much nothing in the bathroom. I just have a candle burning because it smells really good. And this is the closet. They have everything boxed and packed up. That's my husband's side, and this is my side. I will be throwing those bedroom slippers away because I have a new pair. And I did keep some washcloths and towels for us. That dresser is going to go to my mom's. And that's pretty much it. I didn't know it was going to be like this easy. I don't know why I thought it was going to be complicated. I guess because I just have not done this in so long. Let me know like how y'all moving process has been. What did you plan and do ahead of time to get ready for the movers? And would you do it all over again? And do you feel like how often the military moves us? Like, is it worth it? I have been at Fort Bragg for 8 years. And so my kids have had stability in regards to like the schools and all of that good stuff. And when I went Warrant, I pretty much wanted high school stabilization for Jaden to finish high school. And so I was able to do that. That's another reason why I've been at Bragg so long. And yeah, y'all. So until tomorrow, that's pretty much it for today's vlog, and I will see y'all on the next one.